Let the critique begin. Have you ever watched a film and then wondered to yourself why people haven't been talking about it as often after it's over? You know, underrated films? We've all come across underrated films. I have, and here's one of them, The Last Unicorn, based on a novel written by Peter S. Beagle, who also wrote the screenplay. The premise is that out in the forest, a unicorn overhears that she is the only unicorn remaining in the world. In the first act, she is given a few hints about the disappearance of the rest of the unicorns. They were all chased away to the ends of the earth by the Red Bull, who was kept under the castle of King Haggard. She begins her quest to find the rest of the unicorns, and along the way, she is assisted by an amateur magician named Schmendrick and a former bandit named Molly Grew. One interesting concept brought into play is how non-magical human beings are unable to see the horn of a unicorn, therefore mistaking it for a white mare. The animation is not that spectacular, considering that there were plenty of animated films beforehand that looked much better, mainly the works of Walt Disney. How is the animation in this film described? Well, to me, it's like Hanna-Barbera and anime combined. I can't really complain too much because it was definitely low budget. However, if we ignore the animation, we can find that we have a clear story displayed for us. The characters are interesting and the voice talents are fabulous and really depicts the images that Peter S. Beagle had in mind. Christopher Lee, who was the voice of King Haggard, is probably best known for playing Dracula in the Hammer horror films. Mia Farrow, the voice of the unicorn, performed as the title character in the TV musical adaptation of Peter Pan. Angela Lansbury, who voiced Mommy Fortuna, would later voice Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast. And look, she's the balloon lady at the end of Mary Poppins Returns. The soundtrack is another one of those hidden gems. The songs in the film were performed by America, you know, the rock band. Another nice thing is that there is no sequel, at least to the film. Peter S. Beagle wrote a coda story called Two Hearts, which was published in the October-November 2005 edition of Fantasy and Science Fiction magazine. The film itself doesn't need one, although I do think that the book deserves a live-action version. There was actually one announced in the works, but its production status is unknown to this day. I know the film wasn't a big film, but I think of it as a chance for people to view the story in a new light and be introduced to something that they probably never heard of. Besides, Peter S. Beagle is still active as of now, so I'm hoping he'll be around to make sure the remake is done right. Until then, I can officially declare The Last Unicorn to be one of the most underrated films ever made. It's one of those films that leaves you with a good feeling, and it makes you wish that other people have heard about it, so we can all talk about it and discuss its themes. If you ever get a chance, watch the movie, open up a discussion with me, and we can talk about it together.